Hare Krishna, thank you for joining this morning. Srimad Bhagavatam Sangha and attending Japa, which we will try later on. So let's continue with the Maharaj Bharat. If we remember previously that Maharaj Bharat was, he left his home, left everything, left his family, his kingdom, and then he becomes attached to a deer. And that was like a pitiful situation because he was nearly there achieving love of God, and even from that position he fell down and he's like totally obsessed with his deer, and that was not really good for his bhakti. So let's continue see where he is right now. So after perceiving the moonshine, Maharaj Bharat continues speaking like a crazy person. So this deer, he's has disappeared somewhere, and Maharaj Bharat, he's like losing the his mental stability. Maharaj Bharat continues speaking like a crazy person. He said, the deer's son was so submissive and dear to me that due to its separation, I am feeling separation from my own son. Due to the burning fever of this separation, I am suffering as if inflamed by a forest fire. My heart, which is like the lily of the land, is now burning. Seeing me so distressed, the moon is certainly splashing its shining nectar upon me, just as a friend throws water on another friend who has a high fever. In this way, the moon is bringing me happiness. So, he's getting all these thoughts and in separation from the deer. Let's pray. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kroti Vacharam Pangum Langyate Grim Yat Kirpatam Vandashi Gurun Dintaranam Pramananda Madam Shri Chaitanya Ishram Hariyam Tassat Narayam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narotamam Devim Sasvitya Santato Jemaduriyat Nasta Presha Avadaveshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevya Bhagavati Uttam Shloka Bhakti Bhavati Nestiki. Hare Krishna. So Shukdev Goswami is explaining to Maharaj Parikshit. My dear king, in this way, Bharat Maharaj was overwhelmed by an uncontrollable desire which was manifest in the form of the deer. Due to the fruitive results of his past deeds, he fell down from mystic yoga, austerity, and worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If it weren't not due to his past fruitive activity, so this is something Praveen Mataji was, I think, mentioned last time. That did he fall down because of his previous karma? I think Mataji, you asked that question. So due to the fruitive results of his past deeds, he fell down from mystic yoga, austerity, and worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if it were not due to this his past fruitive activity, how could he have been attracted to the deer after giving up the association of his own son and family, considering them stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual life? So he gave up everything, even his nearest and dearest, because he felt they were causing obstruction to his bhakti to achieve what he wanted to achieve. How could he show such uncontrollable affection for a deer? This was definitely due to his past karma. The king was so engrossed in petting and maintaining the deer that he fell down from his spiritual activities. In due course of time, insurmountable death, which is compared to a venomous snake that enters the hole created by a mouse, situated itself before him. So was it due to his past karma? As will be seen in later verses, Bharat Maharaj, at the time of death, would be forced to accept the body of a deer due to his attraction for the deer. In this regard, a question may be raised. How can a devotee be affected by his past misconduct and vicious activities? So this is what I was saying, that when you do devotional service, all your past karma is nullified. So in Brahma Smita, it is said, Karmani Nirdhanati Kintu cha bhakti bhajam. For those engaged in devotion service, bhakti bhajan, the results of past deeds are indemnified. According to this, Bharat Maharaj could not be punished for his past misdeeds. Yeah, because I mean, we can change our karma. We always have a choice, right? Which direction to go in. We have, we have options open to us. For those who are engaged in service, bhakti, bhajan, the results of past deeds are indemnified. According to this, Bharat Maharaj could not be punished for his past mistakes. The conclusion must be that Maharaj Bharat purposefully became over addicted to the deer. So he had free will and he chose to do this. He chose to leave his home, then he chose to become over addicted to the deer and neglected his spiritual advancement. To immediately rectify his mistake, for a short time he was awarded the body of a deer. This was just to increase his desire for mature devotional service. Although Bharat Maharaj was awarded the body of an animal, he did not forget what had previously happened due to his purposeful mistake. So he made a mistake, but he was a great devotee. He gave up so much to find Krishna. So the Lord, he granted him this much that, okay, for your mistake, you're going to have to take birth as a deer. That is a law of land, or that is a law of your last thoughts in time of death. It has to be followed, same for everyone. But you get this extra benefit that you will remember your previous birth, because we don't remember our previous birth, but Maharaj could remember, even as a deer, he could remember his previous birth, so then he could continue. So although Bharat Maharaj was awarded the body of an animal, he did not forget what had previously happened due to his purposeful mistake. He was very anxious to get out of his dear body, and this indicates that his affection for devotion service was intensified, so much so that he was quickly to attain perfection in a Brahmana body in the next life. It is with this conviction that we declare in our Back to Godhead magazine that devotees like the Goswamis living in Vrindavan, who purposely commit some sinful activity, are born in the bodies of dogs, monkeys, and tortoises in that holy land. Yeah, if you commit any sinful activity in the holy land, in the dhams, then the punishment is going to be severe. Yeah. Thus, they take on these lower life forms for a short while, and after they give up those animal bodies, they are again promoted to the spiritual world. Such punishment is only for a short period. So your bhakti is never wasted. Yeah. The account is always, it does not depreciate. Your account is always there, but any misconduct, then it has to be contracted by a reaction. And it is not due to past karma. So such punishment is only for a short period, and it is not due to past karma. It may appear to be due to past karma, but it is offered to rectify the devotee and bring him to pure devotion service. So it's just a lesson given, so it can bring you to straight advancement. At the time of death, the king saw that the deer was sitting by his side. So, if I remember correctly, he was looking for the deer and he fell down, and he fell so hard that he lost his life. But he didn't lose his life straight away. As he was dying, he was picturing the deer. He was just thinking about the deer, what will happen to the deer without me? Actually, the mind of the king was absorbed in the body of the deer, and consequently, like those bereft of Krishna consciousness, he left the world, the deer, and his material body and acquired the body of a deer. However, there was one advantage. Although he lost his human body and received the body of a deer, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. So there was a difference between Bharat Maharaj acquiring a deer body and others acquiring different bodies according to their mental condition at the time of death. After death, others forget everything that has happened in their past lives, but Bharat Maharaj did not forget, according to Bhagavad-Gita, Yamya Vapisman Bhavam, Tejati Ante Klevaram, Tam Evati Kunteya Sadatad Bhav Bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers, when he quits his body, this state he will attain without fail. So this is the rule which has to be obeyed by everyone. After quitting his body, a person gets another body according to his mental condition at the time of death. At death, a person always thinks of that subject matter in which he has been engrossed during his life. According to this law, because Bharat Maharaj was always thinking of the deer and forgetting his worship of the Supreme Lord, he acquired the body of a deer. However, due to his having been elevated to the topmost platform of devotional service, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. This special benediction saved him from further deterioration. He might have just gone into the cycle of 8.4 million lives, and that'll take forever. Due to his past activities in devotional service, he became determined to finish his devotional service, even in the body of a deer. It is therefore said in this verse, although he had died, he did not forget the incidents of his past life as others forget them. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Karmani Nirdati Kintu Cha Bhakti Bhajam. It is proved herein that due to the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee is never vanquished. Due to his willful neglect of devotional service, a devotee may be punished for a short time, but he again revives his devotional service and returns home back to Godhead. Although in the body of a deer, Bharat Maharaj, due to his rigid devotional service in his past life, could understand the cause of his birth in that body. So it must be very painful for him, to have achieved so much and then realizing that now I've suddenly taken a body of a deer, of an animal. It's a terrible situation to be in, but at the same time makes you stronger. You think, you realize you made a mistake, and it just makes you more determined that now you're going to do this. You're going to correct things, you're going to put things right. And this is what Bharat Maharaj was thinking. Considering his past and present life, he constantly repented his activities, speaking in the following way. This is a special concession for a devotee. Even if he attains a body that is non-human, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he advances further in devotional service, even as an animal, whether by remembering his past life or by natural causes. It is not easy for a common man to remember the activity of his past life. But Bharat Maharaj could remember his past activities due to his great sacrifices and engagement in devotional service. Now, in the body of a deer, Bharat Maharaj began to lament. What misfortune I have fallen from the path of self-realized. I gave my real son's wife, home to advance in spiritual life, and I took shelter in a solitary holy place in the forest. So he did everything. He ticked all the boxes, whatever the necessities were. I became self-controlled and self-realized. I engaged constantly in devotional service, hearing, thinking, chanting, worshipping, and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I was successful in my attempt, so much so that my mind was always absorbed in devotional service. However, due to my personal foolishness, my mind again became attached, this time to a deer. Now I have obtained the body of a deer and have fallen far from my devotional practices. So it proves that Maya is so strong. It doesn't matter which level you're on. it can attack you at any time and catch you with, it can surprise you. It can catch you anytime. Doesn't matter what high position you have achieved. This is significant for every devotee. If we misuse our position and think that we are fully engaged in your service and can do whatever we like, because we think we have become so strong and we have become a great devotee, now nothing can affect us. We have to suffer like Bharat Maharaj and be condemned to accept a type of body that impairs our devotion service. So we should never be overconfident that now I am totally Krishna conscious and no matter what I do, it's not going to affect me because I am with Krishna now. If that is not the case, only the human form is able to execute more service. But if we voluntarily give up this up for sense gratification, we certainly have to be punished. This punishment is not exactly like that endured by an ordinary materialistic person. By the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee is punished in such a way that his eagerness to attain the lotus feet of the Lord Vasudev is increased. So whatever punishment you get, it enhances your bhakti. So that's like a boon in a way. By his intense desire, he returns home in the next lifetime. Devotion service is very completely described here. The constant hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord is recommended in Bhagavad-Gita. Satam kriti yantomam yatantascha trida vritaha. Those who have taken to Krishna consciousness should be very careful that not a single moment is wasted and that not a single moment is spent without chanting and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his activities. By his own actions and by the actions of his devotees, Krishna teaches us how to become cautious in devotion service through the medium of Bharat Maharaj. Krishna teaches us that we must be careful in the discharge of your service. If we want to keep our minds completely fixed without deviation, we must engage them in devotion service full time. So again, it's our choice. We don't have to, but if you want to discharge devotion service, if you want to keep your mind completely fixed without deviation, we must engage them in devotion service full time. Not sometimes, as we done full time, all the time. As far as the members of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness are concerned, they have sacrificed everything to push on this Krishna consciousness movement. Yet they must take a lesson from the life of Bharat Maharaj to be very cautious and to see that not a single moment is wasted in frivolous talk or in sleep or ferocious eating. Okay, so these are the obstacles: too much nonsense talk, too much sleeping, and too much sense, gratification eating. Eating is not prohibited, but if we eat ferociously, we shall certainly sleep more than required. Sense gratification ensues, and we may be degraded to a lower life form. In that way, our spiritual progress may be checked, at least for the time being. The best course is to take the advice of Srila Rupa Goswami. We should see that every moment of our lives is utilized for the rendering of our service and nothing else. This is a secure position for wanting to return back home to Godhead. So we have been warned that we must be careful of these things. Although Bharat Maharaj received the body of a deer, by constant repentance, he became completely detached from all material things. He did not disclose these things to anyone, but he left his mother deer in a place known as Kal Anjir Mountain, where he was born. So obviously he was a deer, so he's born of a mother who was also a deer, and he left his mother. He again went to the forest of Shaligram and to the ashram of Pulasya and Pulaha. And it's significant that Maharaj birth, by the grace of Vasudev, remembered his past life. He did not waste a moment. He returned to Pulaha ashram, to the village known as Shaligram. So, as a deer, what could he do? to enhance his bhakti? Well, there's something he could do. Association, and that's what he missed in his previous birth. And that's why he fell down. He had no association. He didn't realize that he was degrading. He thought he was still strong and he was doing his bhakti, but he wasn't able to tell that, he's losing, he's spending more time on the daya and less on bhakti. Sometimes somebody has to point it out to you. Association is very meaningful. Therefore, ISKCON tries to perfect one who enters society. The members of the society should always remember that the society is not like a free hotel. All the members should be very careful to execute their spiritual duties so that whoever comes will automatically become a devotee and will be able to return back to Godhead. In this very life, although Bharat Maharaj acquired the body of a deer, he again left his hearth and home. He left his kingdom before, now he's left his mother again, but this time in the body of a deer. In this case, the mountain Kalanjara. No one should be captivated by his birthplace and family. One should take shelter of the association of devotees and cultivate Krishna consciousness. Now, remaining in the ashram, the great King Bharat Maharaj was now very careful not to fall victim to bad association. Without disclosing his past to anyone, he remained in that ashram and ate dry leaves only. He was not exactly alone, for he had the association of the super soul. In this way, he waited for death in the body of a deer. Bathing in that holy place, he finally gave up the body. So he had association of super soul before as well, but super soul does not interfere with our free will. Well, he had association of the sages there. That's where he was taking shelter. Holy places like Vrindavan, Hardwar, Prayag, and Jagannath Puri are especially meant for the execution of devotional service. Vrindavan specifically is the most exalted and preferred holy place for Vaishnava devotees of Lord Krishna who are aspiring to return back to Godhead, the Vaikuntha planets. There are many devotees in Vrindavan who regularly bathe in the Yamuna, and this cleanses all the contamination of the material world. By constantly chanting and hearing the holy names and pastime of the Supreme Lord, one certainly becomes purified and becomes a fit candidate for liberation by constantly chanting and hearing the holy names. If one purposefully falls victim to sense gratification, he has to be punished at least for one lifetime, like Bharat Maharaj. So we have been warned. Thank you all so much for joining. Prem Mataji, Prem Prakash Prabhu, and Nishani Mataji, welcome. I hope everything's good. And Pundrikaksh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So, love to hear your feedback on this. Praveen Mataji, what do you think?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very nice class. So again, it is reminding us of our attachments. We have to be detached. And like in, I think, chapter 18, when Arjuna asks Lord Krishna about renunciation, and Krishna says it has to be vairagya, you detach from the results. You don't give up anything, but you detach. And then we also talked about discipline, about the regulated life. So these two things are important. We have to remember detachment and, discipline. So as long as we are leading a regulated life, eating, sleeping, everything is in order, and remembering Krishna 24/7. As Maya is very, very strong, it can attack any time. So we can't just take it easy thinking, yes, we are chanting and we are okay. So, but I was thinking, Prabhuji, okay, it does say one of the shlokas, whatever state we leave our body, that's the body will acquire next life. But then Krishna also, I'm sure, said that if you don't remember me, I will remember you. And yes, he was merciful because Bharat Maharaj, he could remember his past. But then why Krishna still not gave him the human body? Because yeah, I'm sure there is a shloka where he's, it is promised that if you don't remember, I'll still remember you. So that's the thing that was coming in my mind.
Yes, Krishna says that, you're absolutely right. But he says that because at the time of death, your faculties are not in your control. So Krishna says,
Mhm.
I will remember you and I will help you. I will take over at that time. But Bharat Maharaja had committed a blunder, he had committed a big mistake. So this is what this pastime is saying, that even if you are Krishna consciousness, if you even achieve the highest level, that does not mean you can't fall down, and that does not mean you can't be punished. So the rules are same for everyone.
Mm.
Prabhupada is saying that they had to punish. If he hadn't committed any mistakes and he was doing his bhakti properly and he carried on, to his last breath, then Krishna would take over at time of death, because, like I said, that you don't have any control over your mind. I think everything just goes out of control. You don't have that facility left anymore as you're dying. So Krishna takes over there, but
Mm.
he had to learn a lesson that, look, this is not the way to go. If you want to go back to, plus it's the rule. It's not just a lesson; it's a rule, and the rule applies to everyone. Whatever you're thinking at the time of death, and that's your destination. So he was thinking of the day, and how could Krishna deny him that he has free will, he has desire for the day. So Krishna can't. Krishna fulfills all desires. He's not going to take away that desire from him. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be with the deer, or he was attached to a deer, so he got deer's body. That's the rule, and that's Krishna's mercy as well. That he fulfilled his desire for for being a deer.
But also, it's a lesson for the common man as well. Like they say, whatever the great men do, common man follow. So Krishna maybe wants to teach us, like, this is what happens if you are detached to material things, and you will end up like this.
Yeah. In
And
this
also,
in this case, whatever the great men do, in case
yeah.
don't follow. It's the opposite here. So,
Yes.
something that even great men can be wrong sometimes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, in the right sense, like, yeah, we are learning from the mistake as well. So we should learn from great men's mistakes as well, not only the good things. And
Yes.
then also, like we discussed about bhakti, it's never wasted. So whatever endeavor we make, there is no loss or diminution. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. There is no loss. So that's why he managed to continue even the body of a deer. He was associated with the sages, and he was hearing. Maybe in his mind he was chanting. I don't know. Right? So yeah, he continued and he got the right body in the next life where he could complete his bhakti.
Yeah, but Krishna was merciful that at least he still remembered his previous life and he could
Yes,
leave his mother and then carry on. Yeah.
yes. So Krishna is amazing. He can he can punish you, and it can be a boon at the same time, and he can give you the facility as well. He won't like lock you out. He will still keep you in the loop. And but sometimes things had to be a little bit changed because it was your
Mhm.
desire. That's what he wanted, and he got that. And plus, he did fall down. He preferred he preferred the deer to his bhakti. So things could not continue. How is he going to learn otherwise? He won't realize that he made a mistake. You have to learn.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much for asking. Prem Prakash Prabhu, are you okay to speak?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so nice to see the name Mataji and Prabhu have joined. So happy.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Guruji. She's still in hospital, Mataji. So we are still in hospital. So it's
Oh,
almost
okay.
20 days. It's
Oh,
almost
I got
20th of
excited. Probably you're home. Sorry. Yeah.
No, we are still in hospital. Today she's feeling a bit better.
Oh, good.
She was in ICU for like since till last Friday. She was in ICU. She
Mm.
came out, but the things relapsed. So
Oh,
so she again got back into care. And since then, we are still in hospital. So we still need lots of prayers to actually come out of here.
Yes, yes, definitely. We'll carry on, Prabhuji.
Things are not I don't know what is happening. I mean, things are not, we are at least relaxed that Krishna is there to take care, and the things he's showing that there's a lot of things have been taken care of, but still something or else is actually stopping um, for us to further come. It might be Krishna's plan as well. We don't know. We're just following what is coming on the way. So we are not thinking a lot. But yeah, that is the current situation. So all of a sudden, Nishani remembered that, oh, there's a class I want to join. So I put it on. So she was listening to it.
Right.
But it's long time in hospital. I mean, almost it's going to be 20th she got admitted, 20th November. And then she's still there. And the example of Bharat Maharaj is also very exemplary in this way, is that Krishna does something good, and then probably he does something which is for our eyes and our understanding is not convenient. But eventually he plans something which is always for the benefit of the devotees. We need to understand few things is that once we have surrendered to Krishna in any sense, the karma has very less effect. Krishna takes care of that. And if there is any desire that one has in their heart, Krishna makes sure that that desires are fulfilled. The example of Bharat Maharaj has desire to actually, got attached to deer. So, Antkale cha mameva smaran taktva klevaram. So, it was not Krishna, unfortunately. So, deer was there. Then Bharat Maharaj actually took and took the body of deer. But look, Krishna actually arranged so well that he remembered and he knew what to do. Guru Maharaj was saying that if one actually takes Diksha and then blasphemes Guru, then he has to suffer 1 koti day of Brahma. Then 1 koti day of Brahma, he won't get opportunity to associate with Guru again. Considering that fact, I mean, Bharat Maharaj just got a couple of lives, not even days of Brahma, to actually get back to what Krishna desired. So that was still big mercy. So that's what I have to say, Prabhuji. Thank you for today.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, absolutely, Krishna. So we all pray for Mataji that she gets. That's our desire right now. That she prays, that she gets well, and she comes on the program and always discuss with us on Srimad Bhagavatam. So nice, and thank you for joining, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pundrikaksh Prabhu. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Hare Krishna Prem Prabhu. Happy to see you after a long time. In the beginning you mentioned that deer disappeared and losing his mental stability. I thought like Prabhuji, like Arjuna was having a similar feeling even before killing his own family members. He was so distressed and he even said, I cannot even hold my Gandiva. So he was in that miserable state, losing his mental stability there. Having a fear of losing his own family members. I thought scriptures are there for us. Guru Maharaj is there and much philosophy is there. So constant reading of the scriptures is very much important for us, and hearing the scriptures is very much important, so that at that moment you can be able to make a proper decision and in these kind of situations. And free will is there, and so it's up to us now how we want to use our free will, because Krishna will make things happen according to your desire. But again, it depends on your free will, whether you want to go back to Godhead or you want to actually keep continuing suffering in this material world. And nature of laws are very stringent, and So anybody has to face that nature of law. Nobody can escape that nature of laws. But Lord Krishna is the only one who can change the karma. So as Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So he is saying there that just forget all dharma and surrender unto me, and I'll take care of your sinful activities, sinful reactions as well. And holy Dham is a very important place. So I thought like where devotees are there, that itself is a holy Dham for us now. So we cannot go to India all the time to stay in Vrindavan. But wherever we are, if we are surrounded by the devotees association, that itself is a holy Dham for us. So always stay in the association of devotees. And constant chanting and hearing. Recently, Gaurav Prabhu shared a video of Sachidananda Maharaj and another Maharaj from Nimbarka Sampradaya. And Sachidananda Maharaj actually asked three questions on related to chanting. And that Maharaj from Nimbarka Sampradaya, he explained so nicely on chanting that we keep saying that name and form are same. But he make me realize like, okay, if you keep chanting constantly, like even though you don't read any books, but if you have faith on Krishna and just keep chanting, and while chanting also you can see Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare in front of you, then definitely one day Krishna will make it happen. You will see him if your chanting is so good. When we went to retreat, one Maharaj came and gave a class there last time. And I was watching his laptop, and he was not having any photo on the screen, but it was constantly like Hare Krishna Mahamantra going on his screen, and he was watching that and doing the chanting. That Maharaj was doing chanting there in the retreat. So I felt, okay, that might be a proper example. Like that's all, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you, Rajan.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, everyone. Very nice to see you, Prem Prakash Prabhu and Ishani Mataji, and our prayers and good wishes. Everybody's been praying for you, and we hope that you get the strength day by day and slowly you come out of this illness and join us all back here in the congregation and serve with us. That is our wish to Krishna today for you guys. And I hope your son is also doing well. Yes, Pundaraksh Prabhu, I also saw that video, and as we all know that Vrindavan is full of so many exalted devotees, exalted Babajis and Gurus, even today. And that Guru, he was saying so clearly, like you said, that our chanting has to carry on, and eventually when it reaches that stage, when we can literally see the Mahamantra, running in front of our eyes, like scrolling, like, that the screen runners are there when watching the TV at the bottom. So this is the stage he was saying that we have to reach in our chanting. Then like you were also mentioning, then he said that, from the Naam, the Gun, Roop, Leela, that will be continuous in our psyche, in our thoughts all the time. So we can just see from that statement of that Guru that how far we have to travel to go up to that stage, that the holy name is scrolling in front of our eyes continuously. And like you've given the example of that Guru Maharaj in the, some Guru in the retreat we attended. So this is the stage. And listening to the pastime today, it really strikes you in your heart that actually it's all the drama of the free will, isn't it? Everything is provided to us by Krishna. As devotees, we are luckier than the normal people in the general layman in the society. We have got everything. It's just us and the free will which comes in the way of Krishna and us, isn't it? There's always two ways, left or right. Left is for Krishna, right is for Krishna, and left is for Maya. And whatever we're trying to do in our life every day, I think every moment, the dilemma is between our free will and it's like there are two ways on a highway. there's the right way which will take you to your destination, the wrong way which will make you lose your time. I think this is what we have been doing life after life, and gurus and shastras and the sanghas, they always tell us. So it really struck me today that it's our free will. We have to keep check on that all the time, and that is the hardest thing to do, because this is how this world has been designed to punish us, and only in this world, not in any other world, whether it's higher than this world and the lower than this world. None of them is conducive for bhakti. It's only this world, but this world is so intricately designed, and the laws are so strict, and Krishna is so soft. When we read his leelas, hear about his leelas, and he's so strict and he's so soft as well at the same time. So I've seen when he wants to give mercy, he can give mercy to the the toughest of the characters in the leelas. How they get it so easily, the mercy is given to them so easily. So consciousness, I think our consciousness we have to keep check on all the time. That's why Prabhupada said Krishna conscious. We have to be Krishna conscious. I think it's all the game of Krishna consciousness and the free will. So let's pray for each other that we can keep each other in check, and let's hope that Krishna will do magic in our lives. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Okay, let's do a couple of rounds. Nice chanting, like Babaji mentioned. Let's do Babaji standard chanting today. Let's at least try our best.
This is Premanand.
And Praveen Mataji, you could do the first one, and Purnikaksh Prabhu, maybe do the second one as well, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutle Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prijani Nivasesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna